Good morning, everyone. It's great to see so many faces out there this morning. So many people coming to service, and the many families who are honored to. We are honored to go ahead and invite to our service today for a very special service. Today is the first service of July. It is also our Shotsuki Hoyo service, where we will be remembering the many family members of the temple members and other friends, Sangha members, who have passed away in the month of July. I'd also like to welcome my family, who's going to be chairing the service with me today. So please bear with us. It's been a moment since we've chaired a service. Also, thank you to those who are helping making this a live stream experience for those who can't be here. And also to we have both of our ministers, Reverend Laverne, Reverend Smitty, and nearly all of our ministers' assistants in the Onaijin today. So thank you very much for them for participating. Now, I'd like to go ahead and invite Reverend Laverne to lead us in silent meditation.
Please join me in silent meditation. I will open by reading a passage by Reverend Dr. Taitetsu Unno. Buddhism is a path of supreme optimism, for one of its basic tenets is that no human life or experience is to be wasted, abandoned, or forgotten, but all should be transformed into a source of vibrant life, deep wisdom, and compassionate being. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Please join me for a moment of silent meditation. Please join me in Nembutsu Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you, Sensei. Reverend Laverne will now be reading the names of the Shotsuki Hoyo family members for not only the month of July, but also for the month of August as well. In the reading of the names, she'll be reading the name of the past family member, and then we'll be reading the name of the family member or the family that will be remembering them.
Thank you. And as the name of your family member is read, please come up and Oshoko offer incense. Oh, sorry. You couldn't hear my voice. Sorry. So as I am reading your name, you are most welcome to come up and do oshoko, which is offer burning of incense and hands together in Nembutsu Gasho. Kinnosuke Tsuneyoshi, Miki Tsuneyoshi, Takeo Okuma family, Fumino Honda family, Koichi Kuwada, Kanji Kuwada, Hidekichi Doi family, Tsune Hayashi, Atsuo Hayashi, Haru Hayashi family, Mitsu Iwata family, Kazue Murakami, Nakamura family, Kikujiro Shinoda, Hamada family, Chosuke Himaka family, Sharon Yamaguchi family, Mine Ogata family, Tari Otomo, Watanabe family, Jiro Muraoka, Roy Muraoka, Masakazu Ishizu family, Kichinaga Iwasaki, Kubota family, Kijiro Kinoshita family, Sanroku Kawasaki, Trace Kawasaki, Kosaburo Ishino family, Zen Ichi Ogawa, Diane Yamada, Chie Kyutoku, Tsurudome family, Kingo Oichi, Yanagihara family, Toshitaro Yamashita, Mildred Kawasaki, Hideo Suenaga, Irene Suenaga, Shigeo Yamanishi, Miyoko Yamanishi, Noboru Sakaguchi family, Katsu Tanizaki, Gary Tanizaki, Fujino Shimizu, Dorothy Kimura, Yutaka Takasugi, Wayne Takasugi, Yukie Shiosaki, Olin Golden, Torio Ishii Saki, Florence Koga, Matsu Ito family, Wasa Osaki, Tomiyama family, Fusako Inoue, Tsuneyoshi family, Toshio Hashimoto, Chitose Oyama, Harry Kawamoto family, Michiko Koba, Dwayne Koba, Tom Itsumi Hayashi family, Sakayo Kawamoto family, Komeno Sakamoto, Amano family, Kurume Doi family, Kazukiyo Oto family, Christine Shimizu, Donald Shimizu, Eugene Terada, Bruce Owashi, Don Morimoto family, Jim Doi family, Tamio Okano, Osuye Okano, Tsuneji Suda, Robert Suda, Keizo Ida, Masako Ida, En Nishiguchi, Sylvia Nishiguchi, Chie Ito, Tadao Ito, Hideo Ochi, Janet Ochi Fontenot, Jack Takeguchi, Carolyn Von Eif, Yoshiko Iwataki family, Naganori Uchiyama, Yoshie Uchiyama, Henry Shimada, Sharon Shimada, Dr. Y. Miyamoto family, Haruko Nakatani, Fred Nakatani, Yuruko Hagio family, Akitoshi Inoue, Kovarubias family, Gladys Yoshiko Imori family, Diane Tachiki Hutchinson, Tom Hutchinson. Those were the July names, and now I will read the August names. For those of you that had a family member or friend pass in the month of July and their name was not read, you are nevertheless welcome to come and do oshoko. August memorial list. Mitsuo Taniguchi, Takashima family. Tadao Kiyono family. Haruo Otsuji family. Kuni Yonekura family. Taka Yamashita, Chio Yamashita. Genshichi Nabeta, Joyce Teague. Toku Matsumoto, Shintaro Matsumoto. Hatsuko Takasugi, Wayne Takasugi. Mitsu Ohara, Ohara family. Kanichi Tsuji, Sei Tsuji. Kinjiro Nakamura, Nakamura family. Mina Murata, Kashima family. Den-ichi Kawasaki, Ted Kawasaki. Misao Taniguchi, Robert Taniguchi. Masahide Kuroye, Kiyono family. Kan Nishinaga, Mani Ryan. Onoye Ito, Ito family. Fuji Hashiguchi, Hashiguchi family. Masuyo Fuji, Katsumi Kida. Hatsuye Kobayashi, James Kobayashi. Saburo Muraoka, Muraoka family. Michiko Kitagawa, Kitagawa family. Kitoji Ninomiya, Ninomiya family. James Ballou, Janice Ballou. Paul Shimizu, Gordon Shimizu. Janet Takeguchi, Takeguchi family. Toyoichi Tanaka, Tanaka family. Tomeno Kinoshita, Masako Wilson. Sakaru Ralph Goya. Alan Seiji Goya. Stephen Yamamoto, Jun Yamamoto. Roy Nakatani, Fred Nakatani. Mitsu Hachisu, Dick Hachisu. Kyoko Nakamura, Michael Brock. Hisatoshi Ueji, Chitose Oyama. Tetsu Yamasaki, Yamasaki family. Margaret Rodriguez, Rubio family. Toshiko Kichimoto, Yoshiko Sakao. Hisako Helen Matthews, Dan Matthews Jr. Yukie Hayashi, Ron Hayashi. Fusae Akiyama, Alan Akiyama. Rodney Furuya, Allison Furuya. Masa Nishinaga, Mani Ryan. Jackie Newcomber. Lisa Mustard. Takashi Furukawa, Eliana Furukawa. Kyoko Ochi, Janet Ochi Fontenot. Florence Tsuyako Mizuki, Melvin Mizuki. Florence Yamashita, Mildred Kawasaki. Lillian Atsuko Sekishiro, Victor Sekishiro. Kyoko Omori, Shirley Omori. Kaname Ken Nakamura, Nakamura family. Betty Tsuneko Yano, Michael Yano. Yachie Motobu, Janice Barrett. Yoshiko Watanabe, Diane Yamada. Miyoshi Horiuchi, Edna Horiuchi. Jeff Malmgren, Bill Teague. And those of you whose family member or friend passed away in August, but whose name was not read, you are welcome to also do oshoko. If you'll join me now in Nembutsu Gasho, please put your hands together in memory of those who passed away and with much gratitude. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu.
We will now have sutra chanting, Jusei-ge, found on page 35.
Gagon chose gang, hishimu jodo, shiga humanzok, seifu joshogak, ga omuryoko, 小学合詞上文道妙小長実法空教未証門政府上小学利欲人少年上映主文行しぐむ浄土一生天人し人力縁大公不詳無才道上三苦名交際集約難回避知恵言滅死根も案閉塞小悪道通断全宗門高僧上満足異様老実法日願修十期天候安普賢一種解放像公正読法上大集中説法ししく供養一切仏具足習徳本元年心上満徳意三害を女文無下知通断未不詳願学エリ投資最小尊志願薬効果大戦王感動国小天人東神妙見ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ願にしく読平等性一切同本母大心往生安楽南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏
We will now read the Jodo Shinshu Creed, from the which can be found as an insert in your book. Okay. The Jodo Shinshu Creed. I put my trust into the vow of Amida Buddha, reciting Nono Revelation. Let us live life to the utmost with strength and joy. I look up the light of Amida Buddha, constantly reflecting myself. Let us strive to live upon gratitude. I shall follow the teaching of Amida Buddha, awakening to the right path. Let us share the true Dharma with others. I rejoice in the consciousness of Buddha, mutually respecting each other. Let us to work good of all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Dabs. Namo Dabs. Namo Dabs.
We will now have our Dharma message this morning by Reverend Laverne.
Good morning, everybody. Is it on now? Good morning again, everybody. It's nice to see so many faces here, and I know that part of the reason is because today is Shotsuki. And I want to talk a little bit about the importance of Shotsuki, the importance of memorial services. So, you know, the names are published in our newsletter every month. And there's also a blurb in there that talks about the memorial services. And I'm just going to read what it says in the newsletter. It says, memorial services allow us to pay homage to loved ones who have passed away. In our Jodo Shinshu tradition, family members hold a service at certain intervals following a relative's death to express gratitude and acknowledge their continuing influence in our lives. To schedule a memorial service to a loved one, and it's please call our office, right? So 2023 is the memorial year for those who passed away in 2022, that's last year. In 2021, we would celebrate the 3rd year memorial. The 7th year memorial for those who passed away in 2017, the 13th year in 2020, the 17th year 2007, the 25th year in 1999, 27th year 1997, 33rd year 1931, and the 50th year in 1974. And we do have someone, let's see, on our July list that passed away in 1937, and we still read his name. And we have somebody in on the August list who passed away in August of 1945. My mother's 3rd year, it will be next week. And you'd think that as a Jodo Shinshu minister, priest, that I would have just instinctively known that. But quite frankly, I will share with you that I kept thinking, well, it's 2 years. It's not her 3rd year memorial. And so I got to thinking that what I need to do is I need to call the temple office and schedule a 3rd year memorial for my mother. I did a funeral service with the help of Ralph Honda on Friday. We did it for a non-temple family, and they requested that we do the funeral service and combine the 49th day memorial service. Immediately after a person passes, we might do a 49th day memorial service, but they asked us to combine it with the funeral service. And so we did. And as I was thinking about it, I thought, now why would they do that? Why don't they just wait? The 49th day would have been in early August, and they could have easily scheduled it in August. But it turns out it was a private family service, and this young woman, who was only 45 years old, her husband and her 2 children live here in Coronado, and her sister and her sister's family live in Coronado. But her parents flew in from Chicago. Her brother and his family live in Chicago. Doug, her husband's family, flew in from Honolulu, and his sister traveled here from Las Vegas. And so then, as I was thinking about why is it that they might want to combine that memorial service, it was because of the convenience of it. And I think that those of us that are Jodo Shinshu, I think realize how practical we are, right? And so it made sense then to me that they would want to do the memorial service. And as I was thinking about it more and reading about it more, I read somewhere that memorial service, we hold it, especially the 49th day in the 1 year, is so that we as a family and as friends can get together. And that memorial service is not just a time to honor the memory of the person that died, but it's also to ensure that each one of us still here today will carry on. And so for me, in a sense, that memorial service is not just for me to honor the memory of my mother, but it's also a time for me to hear the Dharma, of course, but also for me to get together with my family and friends to ensure that I'm able to move on. So how am I able to move on? Some of you've met my mom. Some of you know that she lived to be 101 years old. And as I was growing up, my mother and I, we weren't like one of those really I didn't talk to my mother and share with her my innermost secrets. My mother and I had somewhat of a contentious relationship at times. She was very bright. She was very strong-willed. And I think that what I've learned is, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm a lot like her. My sisters and I, we laugh. I told my youngest sister, I said, you know, my second sister, Chris, wow, Chris is a lot like Mom. And she laughed, and she says, you know, Chris says the same thing about you. But, so what I want to stress is, you know, you hear that Buddhism is about dying, is about death, right? Greg's shaking his head. And I would say that perhaps, but just as the white ashes states, as we come to funeral services, as we come to memorial services, as we come to these Shotsuki services, it's a reminder that to be grateful for all those who have gone before us. So it's about gratitude, deep, deep gratitude. But it's also about living. It's so that we can embrace the reality of impermanence, that we can embrace the reality that there is an end to each one of our lives. And so having received that, or having acknowledged that, to be able to live the most full, the most authentic lives that we possibly can. And Shotsuki, thank you everybody for coming today, and I know there were a lot of people who did Oshoko. But the next time that we have our Shotsuki service will be in September. I hope that you will come, whether you have someone to remember or not. And as we're reading those Shotsuki names, I hope that you will listen. I hope that you will hear each one of those names, because most of them were first, second generation founders of this temple. So for me, even though I've not met most of these people, I'm nevertheless grateful because their lives has impacted my life. I have this wonderful place that I can come to and listen to the Dharma. And so I want to just read a poem to honor the names of those that we read today. And it's called The Baton of Life, and it was written by Dr. Taitetsu Uno. And he, in his book, actually, he quotes a poem, and it's written by Mitsuo Aida. The poem reads, "My father and mother, altogether 2, parents of my father and mother, altogether 4, parents of parents, altogether 8. If I count in this way back to 10 generations, altogether 1,024. What about back to 20 generations? To my surprise, over 1 million people. From infinite past, a life rally baton has passed on. Here, now I live with my baton. This is your life. This is my life." Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu. And again, thank you for coming to Shotsuki and for hearing the Dharma, and to also sharing with us the names of those who passed away in July and August.
Thank you, Sensei, for that compassionate Dharma message. Now, if you could all please refer back to the insert. Will be on, should be the inside. It's the gratitude for the Jodo Shinshu teaching. Please join me in the recitation of the gratitude for Jodo Shinshu teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Entrust yourself to me. I will liberate you just as you are. This is the calling voice of Amida. My blind passions are embraced in the Buddha's awakening. So the Buddha calls to me. I will liberate you just as you are. Gratefully responding to the Buddha's call, I find that I am already on the path that leads to the Pure Land, and the Nembutsu follows freely from my thankful heart. Living with the Dharma as my guide softens my rigid heart and mind. Gratitude for the gift of life I have received frees me from becoming lost in greed and anger, and allows me to share a warm smile and speak gentle words. Sharing in the joy and sadness of others, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest. Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Are there any announcements?
Hello. The Buddhist Temple of San Diego and its Dana group would like to thank temple members and Dharma friends who supported the 2023 school supplies donation drive. This donation drive officially closed on June 30th, and all donated school supplies were delivered to Hope for San Diego on July 6, 2023. Hope for San Diego received a good mix of pencils, erasers, rulers, scissors, and pencil pouches, crayons, markers, and many other school items. Our donations will be put into the backpacks by Hope for San Diego and will be delivered to students later this month. Thank you so much for your generosity. Also, the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank will be hosting a food drive. So please bring any food donations through the end of July. Most needed food items are canned tuna, dry canned beans, cereal, rice, canned vegetables. Unfortunately, we are unable to accept glass jars or homemade food products. So, thank you.
The Junior YBA is hosting their annual Obon Opportunity Drawing. And so right now we are selling the raffle tickets. They are 2 tickets for $5 and 5 tickets for $10. And we have many great prizes, including the first prize, which is a grand total of $500. And so, yeah, you're going to want to pick one of these up. See any Junior YBA member, including myself today. So thank you.
Good morning. My name is Joyce Teague, and beginning after the service next Sunday, I'm going to be setting up the Obon Again shop in the Sangha Hall. So everyone who would like to help out is invited to come. We received a very generous donation of about 40 kimono from a woman who used to sell kimono here in San Diego. So we need to prep those so that everyone who comes to the dance can have an outfit if they want. We have accessories, fans, you name it, we've got it. So I'll be sending out an email as a reminder, but reminding you today that after Sunday service, and then every weekday from about 11 to 2 or 3, we'll be there slaving to raise money for scholarships. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Nice to see so many of you here today for our summer services. We will continue to have summer service next Sunday, Dharma service at 10 a.m. And then on the 23rd will be our Obon service. Obon service will be starting at 10 a.m. and our guest minister that day will be Reverend Vaughn Mangum from the Arizona Buddhist Temple. So please join us for Obon service on the 23rd. On the following Saturday, the 29th, will be our Bon Odori. So everyone's invited to come out to Bon Odori on Saturday, the 29th. The activities start at 5 p.m. and the Odori starts at 6:30. There'll be food available to be purchased, and so come out and join us for our Summer Dance Festival of Obon. And then we do have our Hatsubon service on the 29th, and that is for the families who have lost loved ones this past year from the previous Obon up until this time. Okay, thank you. Oh, one other thing is we do have Obon T-shirts that we're going to be selling. So the design of the T-shirt is just like the postcard. So you can place your order today and or up until next Sunday. Next Sunday is the last day to order your Obon T-shirts, and so they look pretty cute. So and the design and then the color of the shirt is blue, just like the background of the postcard. So please purchase your Obon shirts, and there are order forms downstairs in the office. Thank you.
Please rise for the Gatha Oduksan, found on page 128.
Thank you. You may be seated. And please join me in silent meditation. The way of the Bodhisattva. May I be a medicine for the sick and weary, nursing them until their afflictions are gone forever. I would be a protector of the helpless, a guide for travelers and their means for crossing a stream, a lamp for those who need a lamp, a bed for those who need a bed, a slave for those who need a slave. May all find happiness through my actions, and let no one suffer because of me. Whether they love or hate me, may those feelings be the source of their fulfillment. Those who mock, accuse, or wrong me, may they all attain enlightenment. Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, everyone, for attending this, our July and August Shotsuki Hoyo service and part of our summer services. We look forward to seeing you downstairs for hospitality. I'd like to thank our organist, Anne Brevin, who's working the technical side of the house to stream this live for those who couldn't join us in person today. I'd also like to thank my family for sharing the service with me and the stuffed taco that was up here on the organ. And also, of course, to our wonderful ministerial staff, both of our ministers, Laverne and Smitty Sensei, and all of our certified ministers' assistants. We're truly blessed to have this many people in our own Naijin. Thank you very much. I invite you all to come and offer incense and to join us downstairs for hospitality afterwards. And if there's any last-minute announcements, because there usually are, come up, the microphone's open.
We invite all members of the Sangha who understand and appreciate Japanese to stay for a Japanese hoa delivered by our certified minister's assistant, Yukari Williams. Thank you.
So we will be having odori practice after service. Hope to see you all there. I'll see you there and sit in the annex.
That's right. Perfect timing.
I know we're working on
All
that.
the rehearsal. Yeah.
We're working on months.
You got it. Right. Very important.
Hopefully, I'm sorry, I forgot to say where. Okay, I'm sure we'll announce it.
Is Diana?
Yes, that's what learning 11. Yeah, I was trying to learn that, and I don't know community. I've never done it. Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, just this is. Where this go? Do you know where this goes?
Oh, yes. I'll take this too. Don't worry.
Well, I'm short, but I don't need
You don't need it? Okay.
it. それでは始める前に、合唱とお念仏をお願いいたします。ナマンダウス、ナマンダウス、ナマンダウス、ナマンダウス。皆様、お元気でいらっしゃいましたか？はい、よかったです。今はお盆の季節ですよね。いろんなところで、先生方がお盆についてお話をされています。それで、私もその先生方に見習って、今日は、お盆につきものの、盆踊りの話をしようと思います。浄土真宗ではどういうふうにこの盆踊りを解釈するのかということを考えてみました。皆さんはどうして盆踊りが始まったかということはご存知だと思います。私が教えていただいた話では、だいたい3つぐらいの説があるらしいんですけれども、今日はその中の一つ、お釈迦様のお弟子の木蓮さんが登場する説をお話しします。木蓮さんは神通力を持っていました。神通力は普通の人が見えないものが見えたり、聞こえないことが聞けたりする超能力のことです。それである日、木蓮さんは亡くなったお母さんが今どこにいるのか気になったので、神通力を使って見てみました。驚いたことに、お母さんは餓鬼道にいて逆さまに吊るされていて、大変苦しんでおられました。餓鬼道っていうの皆さんご存知ですか？餓鬼道っていうところは、生きている間に自分勝手で食べ物や財産などを独り占めにして他の人たちに分けてあげるのを嫌がった人たちが死んだ後に落ちていく場所です。餓鬼道にいる ガキたちは、ガキっていうのは分かりますか？ガキ。日本語でガキって子供のことを言ったりするんですけど、スラングで。でも今私が話しているこのガキ道のガキはハングリーゴーストのことです。なので子供の話ではなくて、ガキ道にいるハングリーゴーストたちの話です。その人たちは、物を食べようとすると、それが口元で火に変わってしまうので食べられなくなって、いつもお腹を空かしていました。木蓮さんはあんな優しいお母さんがどうしてガキ道で苦しんでいるのか分かりませんでした。木蓮さんはお釈迦様のところへ相談に行きました。木蓮さんはどうにかして優しいお母さんをガキ道から救ってあげたかったのです。お釈迦様は木蓮さんになぜお母さんがガキ道に落ちてしまわれたかを説明しました。お母さんは生きている間、息子さんの木蓮さんを溺愛していて、溺愛っていうのはもうとっても愛していて、自分の子供がとっても可愛くて、そのことしか考えられない。とってももう愛しすぎていたので、周りの人々のことは全く目に入らないで、息子のためになることだけをしていたそうです。例えば食べ物があったら周りの人に分けてあげず、自分の子供の木蓮さんだけにあげました。お釈迦様は木蓮さんにお母さんをガキ道から救うために、お釈迦様のお弟子さんたちみんなにごちそうを振る舞うようにとおっしゃられました。木蓮さんはお弟子さんたちにごちそうを振る舞い、その優しい心がお母さんを無事にガキ道から救うことができました。それをお祝いしてみんなで踊ったことが盆踊りの始まりだそうです。これだけでも十分良いお話ですよね。でも浄土真宗の教えについて考えるとまだ続きがあります。食べ物や財産を独り占めにして自分のことしか考えていなかったのはお母さんではなく木蓮さんだったのです。お母さんは阿弥陀様のお慈悲でお浄土にいらっしゃいました。お浄土から木蓮さんをご覧になったお母さんは木蓮さんに今までのままではいけないよと教えるためにガキに姿を変えてガキ道で 逆さまに吊るされていたのでした。お母さんの希望通り、木蓮さんは他の人にも優しくすることを学び、自分勝手な行いを改めることができました。いかがでしょうか。私はしょっちゅう自分勝手な行いをしているので、こういうお話を聞くと、耳が痛いです。皆さん、木蓮さんはどんな顔をしていたかなとか思いますか？誰も知らないんですけど、私この間京都に行った時に比叡山に行ってこの本を買ってきました。でこの本の中に木蓮さんが載っていて、でも誰も木蓮さん見たことがないからきっと想像で書いたと思うんですけど、後でまた見てください。こっちに書いてあるのが木蓮さんで、なんかすごい顔してるんですけど、これが木蓮さんの絵です。そして、サンディエゴのお寺も7月29日に、盆踊りをします。私も私の友達もみんな楽しみにしています。その日のために、盆踊りの練習に私たちは一生懸命に励んでいます。それでは皆さんも盆踊りに来てくださいね。今日は私の話を聞いていただきましてありがとうございました。それでは合唱とお念仏で終わりにします。ありがとうございました。ナマンダーブスナマンダーブスナマンダーブスナマンダー。ありがとうございました。